Travis, just the net was having yesterday, and everything was coming from the balance. I know your IPL kind of ended with diminishing returns, but how happy were you with just coming here and making everything?
Yeah, it was nice to get out. I guess back into the tournament, you sort of don't train too much, so long tournament. So it's nice to have a little bit of a spell and then get back into it. Disappointing about this afternoon, would have not mind another hit, but maybe it's a sign for tomorrow. So try and be as fresh as I can and ready to go.
And just about you.
I guess it's where it needs to be in the team and trying to do a job that's necessary. I was lucky, I guess, that the game plan that the Sunrisers wanted and used was very similar to how we want to go about it here. So I guess for me it was off the back of the T20 stuff I've done in the last 12 months in this team, trying to emulate the same sort of stuff. So nice to have a bit of a rhythm, nice to have a blueprint going into a tournament like this on how I sort of want to play. Like, it's not going to happen every time, but it's been a nice little period to have.
There was a lot of focus on how we went.
Yeah, it's something that I guess around training and whatnot in India that I had in the back of my mind. So focus was to try to keep working on that part of things when you get outside the power play or in the power play when we see it. So like I said, it's not going to happen every time. It's going to be challenging throughout this tournament, but the successes that I was able to have in some part of the tournament with what I'd worked on was nice. So be able to back those back the plans that I want in the tournament.
We've had one session with the full group together. What's the feeling around the group of members? Sort of pace and you know what to do when it's done a big time? This group's played a lot together. And I guess a lot of guys have played a lot of T20 cricket, and I know someone like me is fresher back in the squad, but being around this sort of environment, the white ball team doesn't really change much between both formats. So I think we come to expect what each guy's plans are and what we want to achieve and how we want to do it as a squad. And I think it was just the excitement of getting the boys back together when we finally did all get here. It was some tough travel, but now we're here, and the session yesterday had that same energy, and there's no doubt that will flow into the early stages of this tournament. Have you had a chance to have a look around Barbados? It's a beautiful Caribbean island. What's your thoughts on this part of the world?
No, I love it here. So we've had a great time. Nice to have the family here as well. So we're able to see a few things, and I'm sure we'll over the next till we're here for a few more days. So looking forward to the tournament. It's a great place to be, and haven't been back here for a long time. So nice to enjoy the stuff off the field as well. You got to take everyone on face value, and everyone as each of their own. And like we said, we want to start the tournament well. So I know everyone's very excited about getting into the game stuff. So in terms of who we're playing, I don't think everyone's too worried about who we play or how we go about things. We just want to make sure we're playing well and make sure that we're doing everything we want to do to play the best cricket we can.
Well, do you think playing against a weaker team at the start helps the team, or playing a tougher opponent would help?
Not really. I think we're going to play everyone at some stage. I guess we know who we're playing in this group stage. We hope to play well against everyone. So we plan exactly the same and prepare exactly the same way for every team, and not only on-field consistency but off-field consistency, how we go through our plans and what we want to try and achieve. So guys will do that differently. Each guy has different ways of going about things pre-game, so do them well and then make sure we perform well.
What do you actually know about it?
Watch bits and pieces, but again, like I just said about guys' different prep, mine's pretty relaxed. So at some stage over the next sort of tonight or tomorrow, I may have a quick look at some of the guys, but again, you can't take a lot of stuff off. You'll get heaps of footage, but for me personally, I'll probably just watch a little bit in the warm-up, sort of try and get a rough idea on who's who. A little bit like I was in India as well, just sort of see the ball throughs going through, so stand somewhat near him in the warm-up and have a look at what's going on around that bowling stuff, and then stay pretty calm and relaxed. Talk to Tom, the analyst here, about how they sort of stack up in the power play, and I'll try and worry about that part and then take it from there. I guess we want to try and get off to a best start in the power play we possibly can, so try and get a bit of a lead in on how they'll use guys and what they've used in the past. Try and get a rough idea who those guys are, and then probably just watch them live in the warm-up and get a feel for what I'm coming. Yeah, it may well be. I didn't see heaps of today, but it looked like it was pretty free scoring for a bit there, and they got off to a really nice start. So probably two different types of games in the first two here. So again, it's a bit of the unknown. I guess you draw back on experiences and blueprints, see how you want to do it. Sometimes when it spins more in the power play, it can be difficult, but it can then lend itself to more scoring. It gives up the stumps a little bit more, and I guess you draw back on some of the experience you had from my side of things in some test stuff in India and some real times in one-day cricket, like Sri Lanka and a few places where it's really spun hard, that you draw back on where your strengths are and where you want to go after it.
Can I just ask you as well, just about the way we're sort of going play how you personally handle
How do I handle them going today? I had a nap today.
that was
Oh, again,
sorry, what I meant to say is if that happened.
yeah, if that happened to us, yeah, deck of cards. You can't control that much. I was at a Champions Trophy a few years ago when it rained through all of England, and you can't control that. A little bit like before, all you got to control is how you prepare and how you play. That stuff will take care of itself. Hopefully, it stays away. Yeah.
And although you're not the captain, you know what the 11 looks like tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm dirty that Mitch isn't doing the pre-match meeting. That I've had to come down as well. So he's off to a bad start. Pat would have been down here giving you a team, but we'll have to wait for Mitch tomorrow at the toss. Yeah.
Just you spoke about the way you went about your planning the Sunrisers, the style you guys probably deploy here. Just your dynamic with David Warner, is it very similar to what you had with, say, someone like Abhishek Sharma?
Yeah, I think so. See, the difference is both left-handers, but I think we complement each other well, a little bit like Abby and myself did. So, I think looking back in the times Dave and I batted, he's exceptional against spin in the power play. More so, and Abby's strengths were against spin, and then that wasn't hard to go by, like how we come off each other. And I think Dave and I are the same. We had some really strong partnerships together. Faced a lot of different plans. Teams will come differently. Oman will come different to England, and England will come different to them, Namibia. So, like, from Dave and I's perspective, going through who they potentially may have, and then who we set up better at, and who we feel like we've got to play on, and then we'll just go by there. Is how it's normally worked. I haven't had many conversations with him about that sort of stuff yet. So, but it becomes pretty natural for our partnership and our relationship. So, we'll pick our targets that we both feel like we're a chance against, and then we'll go from there.